Welcome to Shadows of Sleepy Hollow, where myth rides through the mist and ghost whispers across centuries. Today we saddle up with one of America's most enduring legends, the Headless Horseman, a figure born from terror, tragedy, and the echo of war. They say when the night is clear and the moon hangs low over the Hudson Valley, a rider mounts his black steed, searching the fog for his lost head. Let's rewind the clock to the late 1700s revolutionary America. Cannon fire shakes the ground, and the roar of muskets shots pierces the autumn air. The region of Sleepy Hollow near Tarrytown, New York, is not just farmland and quiet villages. It's a battlefield. Among the Hessian mercenaries fighting for the British is a horseman, skilled, fierce, and feared. But fate is cruel. One fateful day, a cannonball finds its mark. The man's head is torn from his shoulders. His comrades, grim and loyal, bury his body in a churchyard near the Old Dutch Church in Sleepy Hollow. But his head, it's never been found. That's where the story begins, or perhaps refuses to end. Fast forward to 1820, a writer named Washington Irving publishes the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. His tale takes the folklore whispered by locals and gives it a voice, a name, and an unforgettable image. A ghostly rider doomed to roam the countryside each night, searching for his missed head. In Irving's story, the setting is alive with superstition. The Sleepy Hollow town is said to be haunted by spirits from the past, and no spirit is feared as the Headless Horseman is. By grounding the ghostly tale in real Hudson Valley history, Irving merged European folklore with American soil, turning local gossip into immortal legend. Enter Ichabod Crane, a lanky schoolteacher with a head full of songs, stories, and ambition. He's an outsider, a man who loves ghost stories as much as good food and dreams of marrying Katrina Van Tassel, the beautiful daughter of a wealthy farmer. But standing in his way is Brom Bones, the bold, mischievous local hero who doesn't take kindly to competition. The two men vie over Katrina's affection, but one fateful night after a harvest festival, Ichabod rides home from the dark, through the woods, all alone. And that's when he hears it, the thunder of another horse behind him. When he looks back, he sees a towering figure cloaked in darkness, shoulders broad as oak, but no head atop his neck, only a jack-o'-lantern burning in his hand. The chase that follows is one of the most chilling in American literature. The horseman pursues Ichabod through the night, the bridge in sight, the pounding hooves closing in. They say if you can cross the bridge by the churchyard, the ghost cannot follow. Ichabod spurs his horse wildly. The bridge is just ahead, but before he reaches safety, the specter hurls his flaming head straight at him. Come morning, Ichabod Crane has vanished. All that's left is his horse, his hat, and, mysteriously, a shattered pumpkin. Was it truly a ghost, or was it Brom Bones playing a cruel prank to scare his rival away? Irving left us guessing, and that's the genius of the story. The legend can be explained by superstition or by human mischief, but that uncertainty, that unanswered question is what makes it endure. This blending of the natural and supernatural captures something deeply human, our fear of the unknown, whether it's spirit or scheme, the story rides on through time. The legend of a headless rider didn't begin in Sleepy Hollow. Variations exist across Europe. In Irish folklore, there's the Dolhan, a headless fairy who rides a black horse carrying his own head under one arm. In German tales, a headless huntsman roams the woods punishing travelers. Irving, having lived in Europe for many years, likely drew from these myths, but it was his genius that relocated that old world terror into the hearts of early America. The Headless Horseman became the perfect ghost for a young nation haunted by its own violent birth. At its core, the Headless Horseman can be seen not just as a ghost, but as a symbol. A soldier left restless by senseless war. A reminder of death's cost and the trauma left behind. In a way, Sleepy Hollow itself, quiet, isolated, and superstitious, symbolizes a society haunted by the past. The rider isn't just chasing his head, he's chasing closure, reason, and peace that will never come. And even as time passes, the echoes of war, whether the Revolution, the Civil War, or modern conflicts, keeps that imagery alive. The Headless Horseman has galloped across centuries of art and media, from animated films to horror movies to TV dramas. Each adaptation reshapes the myth of its era. In early Disney animation, he's a gothic yet playful specter. In Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow, he becomes a weapon of vengeance, stylized, brutal, and unstoppable. In modern series, he's reimagined through detective stories and supernatural thrillers, merging with myth and mystery. Each retelling reflects something about its time: fear of war, fascination with justice, or the pull between belief and skepticism. The Horseman remains the same, a mirror of our own anxieties cloaked in legend. Today, Sleepy Hollow, New York embraces its ghostly heritage. Tourists visit the old Dutch church and the bridge where Ichabod met his doom. Every Halloween, locals celebrate with parades and bonfires and candlelit tours. But if you stand by the churchyard at midnight, when that fog rolls across the grass and shadows twist among the stones, you might just hear in the distance footprints, hoofbeats. Is it just the wind? Or is it something more? Legends live because people keep them alive. And in Sleepy Hollow, the line between story and spirit has always been thin as mist. The legend of the Headless Horseman isn't just a ghost story. It's about a memory, loss, and the danger of leaving things unresolved. It reminds us that the past always rides with us, and sometimes it comes looking for what was lost. So next time you walk alone on a dark road and you hear the distant clatter of hooves behind you, don't look back, because some riders never stop searching. This has been Shadows of Sleepy Hollow, the legend of the Headless Horseman. Until next time, keep your lanterns lit. I'm John.